2 starts, both shutouts, beating Philadelphia. Jimmy Howard now 3rd in all-time Red Wing victories, behind only Chris Osgood and Terry Sawchuk. The Red Wings will start with the line Mick Sokov off the top that's been so hot lately. Pavel Datsyuk in the middle with Thomas Tatar and Darren Helm on the wings. Jonathan Ericsson and Nick Kronwall on the back end against the top line for the New York Rangers with Derek Brassard, number 16, with Rick Nash, number 61, and Matt Zuccarello, number 36. Girardi and McDonough on the back end, stolen and then over the stick. A break there for Detroit as Derek Brassard couldn't handle the puck. Pavel Datsyuk comes through the middle with it. Over to Jonathan Ericsson, drops one back for Tatar. That deflects off the stick of Rick Nash. Up and out of play, we'll get our first stop. 19 seconds into the game, Mickey Redmond.
Well, Mike Babcock saw his line changes work very well the other night against the Dallas Stars, and he told me about an hour and a half ago that he'll try to make his first 2 lines, which will be Datsyuk and Zetterberg, go up against the Rangers' big lines. And we'll see how that plays out. It always depends on how the game goes, whether there's a switch involved or not. Lots of flexibility.
You saw that number for Mike Babcock, 499 career wins between Anaheim and Detroit, so a milestone mark on the horizon for him. Red Wings couldn't click on that pass, and back down the ice it comes. And speaking of Mike Babcock and approaching another milestone, he's in with great company, a man he speaks with all the time still to this day. William Scott Bowman. Took him 825 games for his 500th win. Mike Babcock not far off.
Well, a lot of the marks that Scotty Bowman made will never be beaten, as they say, like I suppose Wayne Gretzky on the scoring side of the game. A lot of errors for Scotty Bowman, a lot of changes, and that was the key for him, boy, the flexibility to change with a modern day athlete and still get the message through.
Pavel Datsyuk picked it up around Zuccarello, swinging it wide for Tatar. Tatar took a shot just wide. Off the backboards, took a stab at that puck. Datsyuk over to get it as these 2 lines oppose one another again. Datsyuk turning with it. Dan Boyle was watching him, the right-handed shooting defenseman, number 22, who the Red Wings pursued during the offseason. Boyle just returning to the Rangers lineup after missing time with a broken hand. Kevin Klein will dump it in. Wired from Nashville last season for Michael Del Zotto, who has since moved on from there. Long stretch pass by Detroit. Finding Zetterberg up the left wing. Turns inside the line. He's got some room now. Passed into the middle, but it's knocked away. As going for a tumble there was former Wolverine Matt Hunwick, trying to contain Zetterberg. He lost his footing and went down. The Red Wings will wait to get set up here, and another long stretch pass. This one didn't click, and it will come back in icing. Both teams a few times tonight have tried the long stretch pass.
Well, Alain Vigneault is in a position that 3 other coaches have been in the last week and a half against the Red Wings, that they could go 10 points behind the Detroit team if they lose the hockey game. And as you mentioned, Ken, in our open, the Rangers have been up and down, and they really need to get some consistency. Mind you, having said that, they've had some serious injuries they've had to deal with, but we know all about that looking back to last year if you're the Red Wings and their fans.
The Rangers lost 6-3 at home to Tampa Bay Monday, despite outshooting the Lightning 35-21. Howard moves that puck. Henrik Lundqvist was not good that night. Some surprise Lundqvist isn't starting tonight. They've got Pittsburgh in a couple of nights as McDonough knocked down Franzen. So Talbot, who won his first career game ever in this building back in 2013, gets the start for the Rangers.
It's been a while since Lundqvist has not been in the top of the goaltenders. .905 and in the save percentage, and 2.7 goals against in 19 games. He's usually in the top 5 in the NHL.
Although he doesn't start well in October. Although now we're into December, October, not usually good for Lundqvist, but then he gets hot. Smith got it to Weiss. Speaking of hot, over here to Sheahan. Sheahan put it to the goal, and a save by Talbot. Klein for the Rangers. Tried to tip it past, stayed with it. Now New York, Kevin Hayes got it out to center ice. Hunwick moved that puck, knocked down to a high stick on Smith. Penalty to the Rangers. Nope, Smith's okay there. That stick came up and caught him.
Well, Brendan sniffed out the pass as The Rangers broke away 2-on-1, and the stick slapped him right in the side of the face by Hagelin. That's really a careless use of the stick and an obvious penalty. He's a little stunned, it looks like, but maybe nothing else, and that's a good thing. Teeth are all intact.
He's missed too much time already with the infected hand from the fight with Nick Foligno. Brendan Smith, as Pete Van Zandt escorts him back to the Red Wing bench. He's been cut, so 4 minutes to another former Wolverine, Carl Hagelin, will sit. He's got 4 minutes on the high stick on Brendan Smith. So the Red Wings power play goes to work.
That high stick was 100% because of the speed of the game. Too fast. Totally reckless and careless, and Jimmy Howard will freeze that.
And it's not the first time that Hagelin's been involved with a high stick on a Red Wing defenseman, and that one wasn't caught. That was on Danny DeKeyser.
And that's just very, very careless.
And they missed that call in New York, and that's the Red Wings were upset about that. They lost that game to the Rangers in overtime back on November the 5th. Brassard getting the winner on a power play for New York that night. After the Red Wings battled back, Gustafsson was in goal that night for the Red Wings. It was Lundqvist for New York. So the Red Wings Bell Tire power play has Datsyuk carrying in, knocked down by Moore. Datsyuk gets the puck back. He's got Kindle at the point, and Tatar backs up. Datsyuk's shot went high and wide, and as usually happens with a shot at that speed, it comes all the way back down the ice. So the Red Wings make changes up front. Kindle to Johan Franzen. Franzen gets stood up and pushed back. That's Stahl with it.
Hesitation cost him.
Zetterberg has it deflected by Nash. And when Ken Hitchcock was coaching in Columbus, he's the one who really getting Nash to kill penalties, and Mike Babcock used him in that regard with the Canadian Olympic team. It was Ken Hitchcock who started a lot of that. This will go back down the ice. Nash with 2 shorthanded goals to lead the Rangers this season. Still 35 seconds remaining in the first of the penalties to Hagelin. Got 4 minutes for the high stick. Franzen mishandled it off the heel of his stick. Around to Zetterberg. Got it to Yurko. Knocked away by Ryan McDonough. What a stalwart he's been on that Ranger blue line. The captain, number 27. Missed a lot of time due to shoulder issues. I think he's getting healthy now. Was out down the stretch last year. Got back in the playoffs, but was never 100%. The Rangers made it all the way to the Stanley Cup final. Tough to say whether they're a better team than they were last year just yet. Weiss tried to go Datsyuk's way. Wouldn't go.
Good defensive play to stop that good scoring chance.
They're into the second penalty and still without a shot on goal on this 4-minute Bell Tire power play. Drop back to Tar. Had to reach back to get it. Red Wings in onside. Riley Sheahan now to Kindle. Tried to force the pass. Knocked away. Got it back. Tatar. To Kindle. To the middle. Weiss back to Kindle. Now to Tatar. Wrist shot. Save Talbot. Rebound. Still loose. Hit his own man. Zuccarello. Rolled back through. Red Wings still keep control of it. Kindle shooting. That went high and off the glass. Tatar. Back to Kindle. Took another shot, blocked in front, and the Rangers do a lot of that. Good shot blocking team. Cutting to the middle, drop back, Kindle, it's blocked again. Tatar couldn't shoot it. Kindle held up his man. Tatar able to keep it in. Giving it to Kindle. Lost that, Weiss. Threw to Tatar. Zuccarello for New York. Stephen Weiss regains control at the half wall. Rangers really pressing here as Stahl gave Tatar no room. Datsyuk, one-timer and a slap shot high. Rarity there. Here's Sheahan. Datsyuk was calling for it. Sheahan tried to reach him, couldn't do it. Great keep in by Kindle. For Weiss. Back to Kindle. In front. Tatar tries to find it. Gets knocked down. Good recovery by Sheahan. Sheahan forced wide. Checked by Brassard. Loose. Pulled back. But not a shot from Tatar. Sheahan back in front. Datsyuk mishandled. 6 seconds left on the power play. Datsyuk. Kindle doesn't shoot it. Now he does. Blocked again.
Another block. Wow.
And the
Rangers.
penalty is over.
3 Rangers on the ice at the same time, blocking shots. Wow, what a penalty kill by New York, and a hot-looking second power play by Detroit right there.
Carried back in, and a shot off the leg by JT Miller came right in front. Kept in by Fost. Sent across for Kronwall, and just offside is Glendening. So a frenetic start to this game thanks to the Red Wing power play. We'll be back in a moment.
Well, that was some looking power play for Datsuk, Tatar, and Riley Shan. Look at this play right here. Klein's got his stick. Look at number 21. He holds his stick from moving and allows a teammate to go and get the loose puck. Unbelievable, Tatar, as the puck is blocked right there, and then he has to try to salvage something, puts his stick over top of his. This is not a penalty, and prevents Klein from getting the puck until one of his teammates could get it. And they had lots of second and third opportunities on that power play with no result, but a good-looking power play.
Danny DeKeyser to center ice. Nyquist goes in. McDonough's got it. Nyquist checked him. From an acute angle, the shot went wide. Zetterberg turning, shooting. That was stopped by Talbot. Gus Nyquist with 12 goals, giving him 40 the past 84 games for Nyquist. Laid back here is DeKeyser, able to move one through to Henrik Zetterberg, who didn't have a shot on goal on Thursday. A rare occurrence for the Red Wing captain.
It is that. Well, John Tortorella may be gone, but the way he likes his team to play is not. And this is, again, on this power play. I mean, Ranger bodies all over the place. Blocking. Look at them. They're down. Another block there. Another block off of Kindle coming there. That was Klein. Wow. They had 3 bodies on the ice at the same time right at the end of the power play for Detroit. Pretty good stuff. Brendan Smith back on the ice.
He's paired on the defense with Kindle, who moves in for that puck. Shan backing him up, able to tap one in behind the goal where Talbot will play it. Around for Carl Hagelin. Puck didn't get out of the Ranger zone. Back in for Yurko. Yurko with Weiss and Shan.
Ooh. That would have been a penalty if they hadn't come off a 4-minute.
You're saying the officials are managing the game?
They are managing it, yes. With a pretty obvious trip on Shan right there.
Sean Hebert and Ian Walsh are those two managing the game tonight. The referees. Stopped inside the line was Weiss, checked by Klein. Centered back, and a shot partially deflected off Lee Stepniak. He had one of the Ranger goals in the 4-3 overtime win at Madison Square Garden back on November 5th. Klein moving in, trying to go back for Stepniak. Kindle couldn't corral it back of the net. A chance here for the Rangers in front. Klein in down low. Backhand shot, another one. They score! Klein, a couple of whacks at that puck. He's got a career high 5 goals on the season. And the Rangers lead 1-0.
Wouldn't you know it, all those chances by Detroit, we've seen this happen in both ways for the Red Wings and against them over the seasons. And after the back-to-back power plays, the Rangers, Klein, a defenseman, he's in there and gets a second opportunity. Jimmy Howard's down on the left side, and this puck, he just turns around. Nobody knocks him down. Goes too late. He's in the crease, out of the crease, goes off the foot of the Red Wing defenseman Kindle, and then Klein again. He's there way too long to allow that to happen, and he takes advantage of that to give the Rangers the lead. So
Rangers up 1-0, and a penalty coming here to Detroit. Point shot by Girardi was held by Howard.
This is an interesting development in this game. When you, as you say, they manage the game. That penalty should have been called against Riley Shan against New York for knocking him down. Rangers come back to score. Now Detroit goes to the penalty box. In a heartbeat, they could be up 2-0.
And a double whammy when it's Cronwall going to the box.
That's right. So
one of your better penalty killers for Tony Granato's group. He's in charge of the penalty killing. Here's the call.
I'm not sure. See, he got slashed on by Zuccarello, and so he gets the worst of it in the penalty.
So the Ranger power play goes to work. 19th in the league. They had scored twice, including that overtime winner against the Red Wings in the first meeting. Dan Boyle, that right-handed shooting defenseman that the Red Wings still covet, goes back to get that puck. Boyle missed the beginning of the season with a broken hand. He's missed the past 2 due to illness. And as the mumps going around the National Hockey League, Tanner Glass missing his 4th game with the mumps. And he's been kept away from the rest of the New York team. The entire league being very cautious about that. Boyle held it in. Quincy will relieve the pressure. And Talbot will tee it up again for Dan Boyle. Longtime member of the San Jose Sharks.
Look out.
Tipped across.
Whoa. Wow.
Would have been onside too. Carried back. Trying to find the handle was Helm. He couldn't. Zuccarello back in. Along in the short of it there is Eriksson able to stop him. Helm turned right in front of his own goal in a good play and gets it down the ice. 40 seconds remaining in the New York Ranger power play. Red Wing penalty killing, 5th in the National Hockey League. Back to the point to McDonough. Slid one in down low, back into the slot. Grabbing it is Glendening. Stolen away by Glendening. Drew Miller knocked one in behind as Talbot will come out and play it. Mark Stahl couldn't gather it back in. Stahl goes back to get it. We'll see his brother Eric tomorrow, as the Red Wings are in Carolina at 5 o'clock on Fox Sports Detroit. Red Wings live at 4:30 tomorrow from Carolina. We won't see the other brother Jordan, who's still out with that broken fibula. Quick shot in by St. Louis. Was stopped by Howard. Well, the Rangers 0 for 1 on their power play. With another shot, Howard didn't see it, and it just sizzled wide of his right arm. Red Wings will regroup here as the Rangers complete a change. Jonathan Eriksson gives it to the Red Wing captain. Zetterberg through 2 Rangers and into the New York zone. Turning back, looking for room, giving to Kindle. Knifes a backhander in. Nyquist couldn't pick it up. It slipped past Franzen. On the near boards for JT Miller.
There you go.
And that's deflected up and out of play. When we come back, the Red Wings, even competition off the ice, ringing the bell, but all for a great cause in the Salvation Army. More on that in a moment. The Salvation Army. It's a competition for a great cause that Mike Babcock and Ken Holland have now won 8 of 9 years.
Glennie and Sheehan said they were going to beat us yesterday. So Glennie knows half the population of Michigan, been here his whole friggin' life. He should be able to win. Actually, it's unbelievable he didn't. And I know Ken Holland and myself, both of us said we didn't do much recruiting like we normally do. Didn't tell a whole lot of people where we were going, because normally I have a stream of people coming. We might have dropped the ball last night.
Yeah, they were in Northville. They continue to. They are so competitive. You talk to them beforehand, they want to win. So maybe he didn't tell a lot of people, but Northville's obviously a good spot for them.
So when do the results come in? They already got them?
They already got them.
Okay.
They won 8 of 9 years now. Ken Holland and Mike Babcock winners, ringing the bell for the Salvation Army. The Red Wings do so much off the ice we never hear about, and I hope everybody got out to see the players, and Shane and Glendening and others. Great job by all. Into the middle by Hunwick, who's played very well back on that Ranger blue line. Number 44 across here to Klein, who's got the goal but gave it away. And Riley Shane will send a backhander in for Yurko. Yurko and Shane battle. Grabbed out of the crowd by Dominic Moore. Bounces back to the Red Wing line. 6:25 to go in the opening period. Glad you're with us on this Saturday night for this original six matchup from the Joe. Pavel Datsyuk dropped it off. Quick shot, blocker save. Off helm by Talbot. Datsyuk tried to make a second move, couldn't do it. Nash gets stopped at the line by Cronwall. Right in front, Tatar knocked it out of the air. Datsyuk lurking in front. Helm at a second try along with Tatar. Tatar back of the net. Gets taken out by Hunwick. Broussard cleared around for Matt Zuccarello. Stopped again at the line by Eriksson, who's got it now. Looks for someone open, gives it to Datsyuk. Not a bad idea when you do that. Datsyuk shooting. That hit Helm back in front. Oh, what a save!
I guess.
Oh, great right pad stop by Talbot on Datsyuk. What a save that was.
Well, start with the setup and talk about being in the right place at the right time. That was Talbot. A nice retrieve there. Look at the moves by this guy. Unbelievable. That shot goes to Helm and right back out to Datsyuk, and that's a big time 10-bell save by Talbot off the right pad. Another good shift by Pavel and the boys.
Nyquist checked by Klein. Zetterberg with a shot, hit Bronson.
Look out here.
And a break as Nash is in from the blue line in all alone. He scores! Boy, Rick Nash continues to put up the points against the Red Wings.
Well, you see the offense, they're pushing and pushing and pushing. And when this puck gets turned over right here, there he goes. And you see the defense is pinched in here. Can't get to him from the far side. And Rick Nash is not going to miss this opportunity too often. Goal number 17 for the big rangy winger. And 2-0 Rangers on 4 shots. Penalty shot fashion, shootout fashion.
And that, Mick, is his 27th goal in 59 games against Detroit. More games played, more goals against the Red Wings than any other opponent. Many of those came when he was a member of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Right.
So Nash now has himself a 7-game point streak. 5 goals and 8 points the past 7 for number 61. A resurgent season for the New York Rangers. Carried back in, moved quickly by Kreider. Another shot just wide, and that one off Mark Stahl. Went down like his leg gave out on him after he took the shot. Stahl's got it again. Shooting one, Howard the save, rebound, and he'll stop that one. Broussard getting the lone assist, 14:48 on the Nash goal. Klein had scored from Hayes and Hagelin at 9:31.
2-0. I'm okay with it. Hasn't been a bad start for Detroit here. 3-0, I'm not so sure. It's a long way back at a pretty good hockey team.
We saw the St. Louis Blues come back against someone who's been a good team this season. The New York Islanders down from 3-0 this afternoon to win. Only 5 times this season has a team come back from 3 goals down to win a game. The Blues one of them. The Rangers and Red Wings are 2 others. Kindle was hooked. No call though, much to the dismay. In 20,066, another sellout crowd here at the Joe, the majority of which are Red Wing fans. Wraparound try, Howard the save as Stepniak tried to put it back in off him. So the Rangers continue to buzz here. They fire it back in. Howard was checked, didn't handle it well. Had to come up there and make a save as Kevin Hayes had a try.
Hang it on.
In the slot. Good chance there for Hunwick. Howard gets over and makes the save.
Wow.
Wow. They'll need a break. Howard throws that puck away in disgust. Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. Thank you, Trevor. And the look at the Eastern Conference standings. The Red Wings still with games in hand on Montreal and Tampa Bay, and within a point of the Canadiens. The Islanders, who are leading on the other side, as mentioned, lost to the Blues this afternoon.
Look at that list there. Detroit could go 10 points up on 3 teams with a win tonight. But that's a tall task right now as the Rangers are buzzing, the lead by 2, and it hasn't been a bad period for the Red Wings.
Datsyuk trying to get one through to Tatar. The Rangers on the road at 3-4-1. Red Wings at home 10-3-2. Point shot, Talbot the save. Didn't know where it went. And Mark Stahl able to control it, went off Eriksson, but right to Zuccarello. On to Nash, gave it away at the line, turned back, odd man rush Detroit. Tatar to Datsyuk. Didn't shoot it, even with that 27% shooting percentage coming into the game tonight. De Kaiser. Couldn't get it into the Red Wing zone. Taken away by Girardi, and the play goes offside as Franzen was inside the New York line.
Don't miss an exciting Original Six matchup between the Red Wings and the Toronto Maple Leafs on Wednesday, December the 10th. Your last chance of the regular season to see these teams battle at the Joe, and limited tickets remain. Call 313-471-7575 right now. Ticket executives are standing by. Leafs and Red Wings next Wednesday night.
Leafs have been hot, and they just lost. They've got Vancouver tonight.
Toronto 2 out of 3 games. Wednesday night here, and then this following Saturday in Toronto after a Friday meeting with who we got Friday night. It's slipping me right now. Toronto
Florida
Wednesday.
here.
Oh, Florida's back.
Time
in
for
Friday.
revenge.
Right.
It's revenge night at the Joe for what the Panthers did to the Red Wings. That was not one of the better nights this season for Detroit. And Florida shouldn't be a surprise to some. Got a good young team. And that Ekblad, he's fun to watch, isn't he?
He sure is, and he had a lot of people, family and friends in the stands, and he found the back of the net to boot.
Yeah.
Pretty good night.
From Windsor. Rangers going after that puck as De Kaiser has to turn. Big hit there as he and JT Miller collided. Point shot, Hanwek tipped.
Hit the post,
Just
I
off the outside of the post,
Yeah.
De Kaiser goes in there with Miller, who spent a couple of years in the U.S. National Team Development Program. He's got the puck now from the goal line, took the shot. Howard made the save. Miller also a former Plymouth Whaler, just like Stephen Weiss. Klein will backhand it ahead as it's tipped. Quincy got it to settle down, given away at center there by Franzen. The Rangers, though, were in the midst of a change. Just over a minute to go in the opening period. He went over the stick of Nyquist, but they say he got a piece of it, so no icing. Mark Stahl just dumped it to center. And then Kreider gave Nyquist a shove. No icing. Howard out to play it for Detroit. Chipped by Kronwall. On to Zetterberg. Looking for help. He's got Franzen. To Nyquist. Back in front. Eriksson missed it. Zetterberg getting back in defensive posture. Boyle joining the rush late for the Rangers. St. Louis leaves him the puck. Boyle took a shot back in front of the goal.
Oh, my.
Oh, and it wouldn't go.
Oh.
That was set up nicely.
What a stop by Jim Howard with less than a minute to go in a 2-0 game already. Wow. Put that baby in the bank. Wow. Rangers just really taken over here the last 10 minutes. It was a good 10 minutes for Detroit. But after that 4-minute kill, it's been all New York.
Back to the point for De Kaiser. An easy save for Talbot. Kick save and a beauty for Jimmy Howard.
Wow.
Keeps this game at just 2-0.
Well, Talbot's been good at the other end. 9 shots for Detroit, 13 unofficially. As Boyle joins the rush as he did so many times in Tampa Bay. And that's a great save right there, I'll tell you, right off the left toe.
Toe stopper.
Wow. Tampa Bay and San Jose for Boyle. He's an offensive guy. Wanted to go to New York. For all purposes, Detroit really didn't have a chance at him. They made an offer, but his wish was to be in New York with the Rangers. So, quite a first period, a tale of 2 different games. And the goaltender Talbot, strong when he had to be. Rangers good shot blocking and did a great job killing penalties. And then New York really turned up the gas and came into the league.
You know, and as much as we talk about his shooting percentage, he's not really shooting more than he has in other seasons.
No.
Just making
It's
him count.
Yeah, it's making him count is right.
Remember when he missed the first month with the shoulder injury, came right back, started scoring, had that streak to start the season.
We could use one from him right now. He's got 11 in 15 games. I mean, he's been really on fire. His line, although we haven't been all together, has 14 goals in the last 10 games.
Datsuk took a shot there that was blocked. Red Wings down by 2 on the scoreboard. They did dominate the face-off dot, 76%.
Oh boy. Penalty
here.
Nyak.
Delayed call. Tatar twirls in back of the goal. Howard to the bench for an extra skater, but New York Nash intercepted.
A long haul for Jimmy Howard. Talk about a long
Rangers
change.
36, minor penalty, interference.
Zuccarello, your all-name team in the NHL. Not much of an interference call. It was the defenseman, Girardi, or McDonough rather, that interfered with him. But Zuccarello's wondering, well, better me than him because he'll be out killing the penalties. Zuccarello and Martin St. Louis could be twins. Short, stocky, speedy, gutsy guys to play the game.
Zuccarello led the Rangers in scoring last season, 19 goals, 59 points. He was benched in October of last year for a couple of games and got his act together, and what a finish he had. So the Red Wings on a Bell Tire power play that has scored in 6 consecutive games. 9 goals their last 24 attempts heading into the game tonight. But couldn't score in the 4-minute advantage in the first period, as Dan Boyle took out Yurko and cleared the rest of the way by Stahl. So Howard will leave it for Jakob Kindl. Kindl through center into the New York zone to Yurko. Back to the line, backhand to forehand for Zetterberg to Kindl. Nyquist played one over, but Franzen had moved in deep.
Right idea, but yeah, he was in a little bit too deep for that back pass.
Rangers forced the issue here, shorthanded, and tipped back by Zetterberg, and Howard had to be quick. Rangers made something out of nothing right there. And if Zetterberg didn't deflect that one, the Rangers would have had the shot anyway.
Well as I thought Detroit played in the first period, just been a couple of lapses like this that have cost them and almost cost them again. Well, you better be sharp, even in your own zone if you're a goaltender when you've got the puck.
Datsuk and Derek Brassard on the faceoff. But movement here, so Pavel Datsuk will argue his case, looking bewildered, saying he moved, not me. And he comes out. Datsuk's been terrific in the faceoff dot at 58% this year. Tatar will turn back, giving it to Datsuk. Out there with Riley Sheahan, who played 7:15 in the first, most of any forward. Back here to Tatar. Top of the right wing circle. Over Kindl's stick. Nash will force the issue. Kindl ducking to get away from him. Skate the stick for Datsuk and in. Has Weiss to the goal. Datsuk pulled it back in front. Moving in is Tatar. 25 remaining in the man advantage for Detroit. Weiss took a look. Got it back from Sheahan. Stephen Weiss had it blocked. Tried to make the pass. Klein got down. Now he has to hustle back. As the Rangers, shorthanded, get a shot in that Howard was able to make the save on Derek Stepan.
It was really good work by Brassard in the defensive zone here, killing this penalty, getting the stick in the lane and preventing a couple of passes. Finally, the turnovers created.
Walker save made by Talbot. High and off the glass, Girardi's pass. As the Rangers are full strength, so the faceoff will come back down on the icing charge against New York.
Stay tuned to Red Wings Live. Following the game, we'll select the Fox Sports Detroit Red Wings Player of the Game, presented by McDonald's new Fresh Baked McCafe Blueberry Muffin. After the game. A lot of stuff going on after the game. It's Friday night. How about Saturday night? Where'd my Friday go?
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. Have another one. Jeez. I'm wishing them away.
I know where we're going after the game. We're going to the airport to get set for Carolina tomorrow.
Yeah. Money, eh? Every 2 days.
And tomorrow again, 4:30 Red Wings live on Fox Sports Detroit Plus at 4:30, game at 5. And we want to welcome viewers tonight watching across the United States on the NHL Network and across Canada on Sportsnet. So we welcome all of you watching this original 6 matchup. The Red Wings and Rangers, who lead by a pair and have the puck now, and a Boyle shot. Knocked down, didn't get through to Howard. Zetterberg for Gus Nyquist. The Red Wing goal leader on the left wing took a shot in and out of the glove of Talbot. Yurko back for Zetterberg. Back to the line, save made. As Yurko's replaced Franzen on this line.
Yeah, well, that's what you get when you go down 2-0 like that, and possibly could have been down 4 or 5-0. You're going to get that line change in to try to mix it up for Mike Babcock and see if he can't get something going offensively. They've had very little after the 10-minute mark of the first period.
Stephen Weiss tries to lift the stick of Dan Boyle. Playing in just his 9th game of the season. On defense with Stahl. The Rangers have the ability to go to that right-lefty combination that Detroit doesn't have without a right-handed shooting defenseman. And with return of some injured for New York, and allowed McDonough to go back to his natural left side. Klein got stepped around there at center, but then poked away. Sheahan, Jonathan Ericsson with that long reach for Franzen, off his skate and offside.
And a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one tonight, we'll look forward to Miller time later in the game. Brought to you by Miller Lite.
Well, Franzen was making his way down the hallway and then came back to the Red Wing bench, and he was disgusted at himself.
He's very frustrated. That was an offside. He struggled. He's only got 1 goal in the last 10 games. Nothing in the last 7. So he's way overdue, obviously. And it's frustrating first and foremost with him.
Girardi off the blocker of Howard. Tipped ahead by Helm, nothing happening there. He'll go off on a change, and here comes Datsuk. Glendening joining. Save made by Talbot. He picked up his first career win in this building. Long shot in, Howard the save. Glendening tapped it around. Glendening of the Red Wings, Hagelin of New York. They played together for 3 seasons at Michigan from 08 to 11. Glendening and Hagelin, big hit. And again, it's JT Miller. And Luke Glendening took the number. Glendening checked Klein in back of the goal for more. Turning back there is Miller, former 15th overall pick of the Rangers in 2011. Knocked down by Hunwick. Hunwick got support in behind as Miller gets held there by Jesper Fast. Fast, a big point producer in the American Hockey League in Hartford. As Kindle retreats. And a backhander tipped in by Drew Miller. Matt Hunwick back to get it, the Warren, Michigan native. Plenty of family and friends here tonight for him. Boyle skates it out of trouble for New York, smoothly through the middle, and keeps on going into the Red Wing zone. Can't get through Brendan Smith, whose stick get caught up in there. Zetterberg for Nyquist to Yurko. Took a shot, got blocked by Stahl. Zetterberg's got it. Yurko going back to pick up his stick as the Rangers carry ahead. Cutting back into the middle for St. Louis for Kreider. Yurko back to get it. St. Louis knocked it out of the air. Picked up his 1,000th career point this season. Yurko just too far for Nyquist. Played ahead by Stefan. This will be icing against New York.
Well, as you look at this hit again, Glendening knows he's going to get hit. He just didn't think he was going to get hit that quickly, and he exposed himself making a play. That's taking a hit to make a play. And how frustrated is Franzen? Paul Bunyan's got nothing on those moves right there. Very, very frustrated. And we'll go to the rack and reload that baby and see if we can't get something to change here. Says big number 93.
That's $250 worth of frustration.
Yeah. Cheap at twice the price though when you're mad.
In front for Weiss. And Talbot stopped him right on the line as Franzen set him up. Red Wings hockey on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire. Well, Stephen Weiss, in the 7 games he's played, 4 goals and 9 points. On Thursday, had a goal and 3 points. Played 11 minutes and 20 seconds, so not a lot of time. Our Red Wings Player Fact is brought to you by Motor City Casino. But the Red Wings 6-1 since his return, so just over 11 minutes on Thursday, and yet, you know, putting up the points. And he's got 8 points now. He had 8 points in 43 games the previous 2 years, Mick. And he's already got 9 this year. So he's coming.
He almost had himself another goal right before that whistle. Nice setup by Franzen, and the puck hit the defenseman's stall. Going in. Red Wings need to stay the course here. Still only 2-0.
Here's Tatar, took a shot and an easy save for the goaltender, Cam Talbot, to make. As we mentioned, picked up his first career win here October 22nd, and the New York Ranger overtime win. It seems all these games are close between Detroit and New York, but the Rangers have won 5 consecutive games against the Red Wings, and you can't think that Henrik Lundqvist would be happy about not playing this game. Yes, they've got Pittsburgh coming up.
Yeah.
He wants to play every night, and he didn't have a good game against Tampa. 4 days off.
Yeah.
And knowing how competitive he is, where he hates when guys even score on him in practice, like Hasek used to be, that he'd want to get right back in there.
Well, the other thing is he's got all the Swedes here in Detroit too, and he likes to play against those guys who he plays with. Most of them on the Swedish Olympic team all the time.
Well, he and Jimmy Howard last season in New York was a 0-0 game before, again, the Rangers won an extra. What a night that was for goaltending. McDonough took a shot that Howard makes the save, and Howard's numbers against the Rangers in his career have been very good. But Henrik Lundqvist, not a quick starter, but you know, and how great he was in the playoffs and helping to get the Rangers to the Stanley Cup final last year.
Well, they finally got him signed to a long-term, multi-year, multi-dollar contract another year ago, and so he's there for a while. He's a professional, and he'll handle not playing after a bad outing until after tonight quite well. He's got enough experience to know that it's not always going to be perfect when you're a goaltender in this league, no matter how good you are.
Backhanded in by Quincy. As Talbot will leave it for Boyle. For Mark Stahl.
That's a nice one. Yeah. One thing that's missing here tonight in the last 20 minutes of hockey since the 10-minute mark of the first period is Red Wing pressure on the Rangers. So they're not creating any opportunities on the forecheck. Rangers are coming out of their own zone fairly easily and with control. And that needs to change for the Red Wings to get back into this hockey game.
2 good face-off man. Stepan and Zetterberg, though, who won it cleanly. Back to Eriksson. Now to Nyquist. Took a shot that was blocked.
Plenty of those in this game already, too.
Yeah. Stahl closed quickly on Yurko. Rangers scratches tonight for John Moore and Anthony Duclair. The Red Wings still without Justin Abdelkader. He's injured with that shoulder issue. Manny Cleary has scratched tonight. He scored his first goal of the year in that game at Madison Square Garden, albeit a bit delayed. He knew it was in right away. They had to go to review. And now this will be icing against Detroit.
Get the $59 fan pack when the Red Wings take on the Florida Panthers next Friday, December the 12th. First 10,000 fans at the Joe receive a Nicholas Cromwell holiday ornament. For tickets, call 313-471-7575. Ticket executives are standing by. Have you seen those ornaments?
I have them.
Pretty cute little things, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Little, but they're nice. Put a couple up yesterday.
Yeah.
Friday.
Same. I'd like one of you, actually. Right into Brassard. And a penalty coming.
Slashing? Yeah.
Slashing, yep.
Well, turnovers like that and breakdowns have given the Rangers plenty of opportunity to be up by more than 2 goals.
Detroit 14,
Nash.
2-minute slash.
That's a beautiful pass right there. Oh my gosh, through the seam. And they're in behind. The slash occurs right there by Nyquist. Not on the hand, on the thigh, but nonetheless, the referee there to make the call. Ranger power play.
Broussard with another point tonight. He assisted on the Nash goal. He has points in 11 of his 13 career games against Detroit. So Broussard just loves to play against the Red Wings. Giving him points now on the season in 16 of 23 games he's played. He's been very good. He came over from Columbus in the Marian Gaborik deal. Broussard, a key guy in their power play, brought it in. Martin St. Louis. What a career he's had. Knocked out of the air by DeKaiser. Drew Miller got it to the line and just out. Oh, they're not happy about it. They're not happy about it. But linesman Pierre Racicot says, yeah, I was right there, saw it all the way.
We usually don't miss them, so you be the linesman on this one.
The whole puck's got to be out. No, the whole puck wasn't out.
Wow, that was really close.
Yep.
I mean, really close. And he made the call from the far side of the ice, too.
Tough job,
now,
tough job.
Lundqvist wasn't showing any emotion at all, like, okay.
Joachim Anderson. Put it in back of the net. Dan Girardi's got it. The undrafted 30-year-old defenseman. Boy, St. Louis, Girardi, both undrafted.
And
Pretty
Zuccarello,
good.
another one.
Yeah, Zuccarello too, right. Now the Red Wings, pretty much their whole team's been drafted by Detroit for the most part. On the wing for Chris Kreider, and Howard will hold on. Kreider's got that great speed and a hard shot. The 19th overall pick in 09. 7 points his past 8 road games coming into this one tonight. They missed him down the stretch last year and into the playoffs. He was injured.
I'll tell you the guy that I think they missed more than anybody is Big Brian Boyle.
Yeah.
He's a great penalty killer. He's in Tampa Bay. He's a free agent.
They lost Brian Boyle. They lost Brad Richards. They lost Derek Dorsett. They lost Dan Garcillo, Benoit Pouliot, Anton Strawman.
Yeah, it's a lot of people.
Yeah, and that's why when you say the Rangers, they got to the Cup final. Sure, some breaks, but you make, goes both ways there. Are they better? It remains to be seen.
Boyle, I thought Boyle was just a premier penalty killer. 6'5". Boy.
Now they got another Boyle and Dan. They replaced 165. They got Kevin Hayes signed as a free agent. Big collision as Smith stepped up on Broussard. There's a shot off the side of the net as Howard got over as St. Louis let a one-timer go. Drew Miller couldn't clear it, went off St. Louis. Nyquist out of the box. Good save there by Howard. Here's wraparound try by St. Louis. Wouldn't get on net. Nyquist carries ahead to center. Chipped it past Klein. Came loose for Datsuk. Franzen played it back to the line. Good hold in there and lifted high by Quincy. Good move into Hagelin. And sent high over top of the goal. Klein with it. Trying to go back of the net for Kevin Hayes. The 6'5" forward speaking of. Former Chicago first-round pick. His brother Jimmy's in Florida. Big hit at center ice. Brendan Smith and Derek Broussard collide. Big hit here by the Red Wing defenseman. And a clean hit too. We're back in a moment. Well, there's the architect of this Red Wing team, and he knows in this salary cap world you have to build through the draft. He's been doing that his entire career anyway, and our local Toyota dealers brings you the scouting report on Teemu Pulkkinen. What a shot this right-handed shooting winger has. His 10 goals leads the Griffins, scored his team-leading 10th last night, although Grand Rapids dropped a 4-1 decision to the Oklahoma City Barons. It's Jeff Blashill's team 9-9-2 on the season. And Pulkkinen co-leading the American Hockey League with 24 points in 20 games. Talbot the save.
Still plenty of time in this hockey game, almost half a game to go yet. And it's kind of settled in now. Detroit gets through that last penalty kill. If it goes 3-0, could be all over the way the Rangers are playing in Talbot.
The Red Wings offense hasn't been a problem lately. 9 of their last 13 games, they've scored at least 4 goals. That one just went wide of the net. 4 of the past 5, if you include a shootout win, they've scored 5 goals. And a 4-1 record the past 5 games. The only setback in getting 3 was against Florida. Side of the goal, Howard the stop. Dominic Moore controlling it on the far boards. Moore with his 9th franchise. That's been useful everywhere he's gone. Here comes Tatar. Helm catching up. Brendan Smith back to Tatar again. Red Wings in the midst of a change. Eriksson shooting. And Talbot stopped that.
He's making it look easy, isn't he?
Yep.
He's in the right position. He's just like picking cherries there, boy. But from that distance, you're not going to score that often in the NHL against these guys. Shots are 19 apiece, but a 2-0 Ranger lead.
This is just Talbot's 6th start of the season. Mentioned his previous 2 starts were both shutouts, and he's got a shutout here tonight. Looking for 3 straight. If that didn't jinx him, I'm not sure what will. Stahl will shoot it in. Zetterberg played one, but it went over Yurko's stick, had to reach back. It'll go right to Talbot, who will come out and play it.
Yeah, that's the kind of pressure, Ken, I'm talking about. The Detroit's not getting. The Rangers get it. Detroit just basically almost iced the puck. They had no chance to do anything coming out of their own end.
Nash kicked it in back of the goal. Stephen Weiss saw Zuccarello there, so put an 80-footer onto the stick of Zetterberg. And Stepan intercepted at center. Zetterberg had to come right back, but had nowhere to go with it. With just over 6 to play in period number 2. Marty St. Louis circles back. 81st player to 1,000 points in NHL history. Broken stick by Klein, one of the goal scorers. Franzen tied up by Hunwick. Left it, Weiss, Sheahan, backhand, scores! Riley Sheahan, it's 2-1.
Well, a broken stick starts this mayhem out right there. And boom, nice lead pass right there by Yurko, or Sheahan starts it out, and he ends up from Stephen Weiss. Boom, he does a 180 and beats Talbot to the glove side for a 2-1 score in this game with 5:46 to go. Franzen taken out, Weiss with support, and Sheahan gets his 5th in the last 10 games. Boy.
So the switch of the lines worked right there.
There you go.
And as Franzen helping set that one up. Crowd of 20,066 alive now. So the Red Wings' 4th line out. Anderson with Glendening and Miller, who overskated. Ahead for Hagelin. Carl Hagelin with that great speed. 17 goals and 33 points a season ago for Hagelin. That hit a body, knocked down in front. Getting over was Hagelin, who put it into the corner. Stepniak tried to come out front with it, couldn't, and Miller's away. Quincy joining. Miller makes the move, shoveled one to the goal. Anderson looking for, they score! Glendening! 2-2 tie!
Well, watch the play by Drew Miller. Holy mackerel, 29 seconds apart. Look at Miller go wide. He beats his man, and then it's a scramble around the net, and the Rangers turn their back. The puck pops loose right off the stick, off the toe, and Glendening is the only one there to hammer it in. Anderson will get an assist probably as well. So your fourth line comes up with a huge goal. What a move by Miller. Left-hand shot down the right side to cut into the middle. Wow, 2-2 game. 29 seconds. And this building is buzzing. I'll correct my time on that. Not 29, a little bit longer. Make it times 3. About a minute and 1 second, is it? Officially?
Yep.
Okay. A little bit quick on the draw.
So we're now tied up at 2. Al Michaels said, do you believe in miracles? We say, do you believe in jinxes? 2 goals.
Good call.
2-2. Thank you, Trevor. Luke Glendening has tied up this game with his third. Red Wings still buzzing here. Tatar with a shot, tipped aside by Talbot. Tatar will go back to get it, the water bug. So quick. Out he comes. Kronwall moving it quickly for Jonathan Ericsson. Helm couldn't get it. It goes into the Ranger zone. Moved quickly by Broussard. Closing the gap was Kronwall. Pavel Datsyuk gives back to Kronwall. Too far for Tatar, but the Rangers will go back. No former Red Wings on the Rangers and no former Rangers on the Red Wings in this game tonight. Going wide with it is Kreider. Howard behind the net to play it. The Red Wings now at the edge in shots. There's one that just went wide of the goal. Kept in by Mark Stahl. Boyle went in there after it. Kreider for New York put it in back of the net. There's Marty St. Louis right out front, and Stepan couldn't find it. Henrik Zetterberg. Yurko to the goal. Sent it that way. Boyle got a stick on it first. Zetterberg able to recover for Detroit. Put it back to the line to Kaiser, to Quincy. Did well just to keep it in on the backhand.
Left-hand shot on the wrong side again, see?
There you go. Yurko back of the net. Put it in front, and Zetterberg missed that. Danny to Kaiser. The Red Wing captain lifted his leg to let it go in back of the net to Yurko. Chased by Boyle, right in the slot, kick back. Nyquist. Red Wings with a real jump in their step now to Kaiser with a shot just wide. Zetterberg off those backboards. Goes to the corner to get it. Put it in front. Talbot knocked it away. Yurko then knocked it down. And the Rangers, St. Louis desperately just clearing it down.
Both teams have been hanging on at certain points in this game. Crowd loving it here at the Joe. 2-2 with just over 2 minutes to play in the second.
Lead pass tipped through. On comes Miller. Goes back into the corner, a lift of the stick. Moore hacking at Miller. To the line to Brendan Smith. Hit a body in front. First on it is Anderson. Red Wing fourth line out there looking for another one. And back down as Smith goes to get it. Anderson has been a healthy scratch at times this season for the Red Wings. First time he was a healthy scratch was in New York against the Rangers. And Danny Cleary finally got into the lineup and scored the goal that night. Brendan Smith. Weiss was there, back for Smith. 1:10 to go in period 2. Smith couldn't get through as he was held up by Stempniak. Penalty coming here to Detroit. Went right through the blue. Talbot to the bench for an extra skater for the Rangers on the delayed call. Mark Stahl shooting one. Howard the save there. Ian Walsh making the call against Detroit. Smith will go to the box.
Yeah, Brendan Smith doesn't
Detroit
like
number
the call.
2, Minor Pelly holding the stick.
Holding the stick. That's a pretty subtle move, and for the referee to pick that up from center ice. And Glendening is gone for repairs. He gets hit in the neck area with a puck right in front of Talbot, just the last shift. Another good one by the fourth line. There you see him down in pain.
So the Rangers on a power play. Boyle shooting one, hit a stick in front. Howard, great save! It slowed down getting through. Helm got it out of the crowd. Howard can't get his stick yet. Save with the pads anyway. They're trying to give Howard his stick back. Now he's got it. The Rangers in control. Stepan played it, hit his own man. And Stepan hit to the boards by Helm. And Eriksson sends it down the ice. A dozen seconds remaining in the second. One last rush here if the Rangers hurry. If Boyle take a long shot, Miller will send it right back. 2 periods in the books. The second much better than the first for Detroit. All even after 40.
Look at this save by Jimmy Howard there. Oy, oy, oy. He's already got one tonight, Big Nash. He doesn't miss many like this. In a 2-2 game, Rangers on the power play. That is a 10-bell save by Jimmy Howard. He's had 3 of those tonight. And then another one moments later. No stick. Good push off with the left leg. Made it look easy. Holy mackerel, what a period. 2-2, we come out of it.
So Derek Stepan at center for the Rangers with Rick Nash and Martin St. Louis. As Glendening tries to tie it up there with Miller. Cronwall back to get it for Detroit. To the line to Boyle, quickly in front. All alone was Nash, but he couldn't handle the pass. Derek Stepan for Rick Nash. To Dan Boyle. To Brassard, back to Boyle. Hitting up high was Glendening. A stick in the lane by Miller. Back to get it for the Rangers is Brassard. 21 points in the season for him. Time winding down and the Brendan Smith penalty. But the Rangers with it. Back to the line to McDonough. Doesn't shoot it. Passed across the shot and a save by Howard. That's up high as Boyle let it go. Over Brassard's stick. Out of the box is Brendan Smith. Red Wings back at full strength. Zuccarello. In behind to Brassard. Scooped away, and here comes Helm with speed. Cuts back around Zuccarello, and he'll turn back as the Red Wings get a change. Zetterberg tied up Stahl. Zetterberg will try again. Stahl moved it ahead. Nyquist had Zuccarello. Back with it, Kevin Hayes. The big forward. Out of the reach of Smith. No icing. Howard out to play it. Long pass tipped through by Tatar. Stahl behind the Ranger goalie Talbot. It came right in front of Klein, who is one of the Ranger goals. Sent quickly by Cronwall to Datsuk and left at center there for Helm. With Tatar. And McDonough got a stick on that, and that puck deflects up and out of play.
Well, we got us a hockey game now. Detroit started out 10 minutes, very good. Rangers on their heels. Rangers took over. Next 10 minutes, Red Wings on their heels. They scored 2 goals. Howard Grader 3 or 4. And then the Rangers continue to dominate through the halfway mark of the second period. And then Detroit, back-to-back goals by Riley Sheahan and Glendening.
Shot by Kindle just wide. On Sheahan's goal, Franzen got the primary assist, and they've given Stephen Weiss an assist too, as Talbot will play it. So Weiss has himself yet another point, with 10 now in 8 games.
That always helps.
Glendening's goal came from Anderson and Miller. Brendan Smith got help there from Sheahan.
Boy, Riley Sheahan is he's contributing offensively, but has he ever become a very responsible hockey player inside his own blue line? He's doing it all.
And he learned that from Jeff Jackson in Notre Dame.
I mean, he hasn't played.
Defensive-minded coach.
He hasn't played 80 games yet.
Right. Strong hockey IQ and a first-round pick of the Red Wings, Riley Sheahan. 21st overall. Stahl. Zetterberg was on him along with Yurko. Good play by Mark Stahl to move it. Had that serious eye injury a year ago. Sent in by Derek Stepan. He's on a 7-game point streak. Stepan up with St. Louis and Kreider. Nyquist with Yurko and Zetterberg. Into Yurko. Yurko to the goal. Circling. Couldn't jam it in on a wraparound try. Eriksson finds Kronwall. Back for big Jonathan Eriksson. Off Nyquist stick. Zetterberg and Boyle to the corner. Stahl digs it free. Nyquist hurried him. Kronwall steps up on Marty St. Louis. Cleared off a stanchion. Took a good bounce for the Rangers and fired in by Stepan. Kronwall played it off back to the net. Nash on the intercept. Then Kronwall stepped into Zuccarello. Tatar kept it alive for Kronwall. Datsuk at center. 5 minutes having elapsed in period number 3 of this 2-2 tie. A game in which the Red Wings trailed 2-0 after 1 period. Chipped in by Zuccarello. He'll go in the forecheck as the Rangers change the other 4 skaters. Tatar, speaking of skating, look at him go. Has to work around Anderson, who's got it now. Back in for Tatar, but Talbot will hold it for a face-off.
With this Datsuk, Tatar, and Helmline, they can fly as Billy Joel does his Saturday night deal here. 9 o'clock on a Saturday.
And we welcome viewers tonight watching on the NHL Network and on Sportsnet, coast to coast in Canada, and all our viewers on Fox Sports Detroit. We thank you for joining us on this Saturday night. Ken Daniels, Mickey Redmond, John Keating with you here from Joe Louis Arena. Stephen Weiss for Riley Sheahan. As Stepniak will get one into Detroit territory. Hagelin played it over, but Sheahan brings it ahead along with Weiss. Oh! And Brendan Smith went flying.
Oh boy.
Over top. It's the second time tonight he and Stahl. Stahl was down. Smith tried to avoid it, and he got the worst of it.
He got nicked up high. Oh, he got hit with the stick, I think, first, didn't he? By Stahl's stick, and then he hit his cheekbone on the ice. Holy jumping. Wow. Boy, oh boy. What a crazy night for you. What happened is his helmet hit the ice. The face shield hit his face.
Line back of the net. Drew Miller up with Anderson and Glendening. Glendening, who did something tonight he's never done in his career. He scored a goal without doing so on the backhand. His fourth career goal, third this season. Previous ones all with the backhand. But he chipped in one to tie up the game. Just over a minute after Riley Sheahan got the Red Wings on the board to come back from the 2-0 deficit. Nyquist couldn't get in. Yurko turns with it. Kronwall with some time as the Rangers complete a change. Zetterberg forced wide by Zuccarello. Talbot out to play it. Rick Nash on the near boards. He's got his 17th of the season tonight. Brought in by Brassard. Great play. And just sent wide of the goal. Nicely set up. Here's Tatar back. Off to the corner. Tatar loose. Here Helm. Right in. Scores! Darren Helm. It's 3-2.
Boy, oh boy, this line continues to be absolutely red hot. Tatar was the pass. It was on a Rangers stick. Went right through them. It might have been Zuccarello, and a good low shot over the pad under the glove by Darren Helm, and he's got goal number 5. Wow. And a 3-2 Detroit lead. Datsuk, Tatar, and Helm. Are they ever hot?
Darren Helm had 2 goals Thursday. He played nearly 20 minutes and had 4 shots on goal on Thursday night. He's got another goal tonight, giving him 3 goals and 7 points his past 7 games for Darren Helm. 5 goals on the year for Helm, the oft-injured Red Wing forward.
That's 15 goals for that line. Now, they haven't always been together in the last 11 games.
Back to the point. Talbot made the save as Weiss goes after it. Rangers will shoot it in by Stepniak. Luke Glendening. Angled back for De Kaiser to Glendening. Taken here, Miller. Saved by Talbot.
Good save there by Talbot. Saved that one if the New York Rangers come back, just like Howard late in the first period. Wow. There's a turnover.
Right in front of the net, just over the stick of Moore.
We got Detroit too many players. And Miller's hurt. He is hurt and hobbling, and he's going to the dressing room, I'll tell you right now. Wow. That would be a big loss.
Sure would, and the Red Wings already without Abdelkader as Miller limps off. Well, Darren Helm has his 5th of the season. Red Wings getting a balanced attack. More on that in a moment.
Flag right in here. Dan Girardi's down. Watch the skate right there. It looks like he may have gotten cut above the knee pad. You can see him holding, and he's going to go off on one leg. Now watch what happens. Boom. Here comes this guy. Miller's trying to get off. This linesman says, no, no, no. 6 guys. I mean,
because
see,
he played the puck.
That's right. And all with Miller really unable to get to the bench on one leg.
So with that, the Rangers are on a power play looking to get even the game, approaching the halfway point in the third period. After a game they had led 2-0 after one. The Red Wings 3 unanswered.
Look out here, Speedy Gonzalez.
Boyle couldn't keep it in. So Darren Helm, all part of that balanced scoring that the Red Wings have now. St. Louis intercepted the outlet. Over there to get it goes Eriksson. And then out of the zone it goes. Helm with his 5th goal this season. He had tied a personal best with 12 in just 42 games last year. Remember how injured he's been. And he's already got 5 this year, and what a role he's been on, especially after scoring 2 on Thursday. And we hope Drew Miller, and it's not too bad that cut he obviously got. Another penalty coming here to Detroit.
Oh boy.
As Brassard is hurt at center for the Rangers.
given...
Talbot's gone to the bench, and Howard's down. Nothing happening there. So there'll be another penalty to the Red Wings. High stick will be the call. Ian Walsh making that as Brassard is hurt and he's cut. So this is going to be 4 minutes to Detroit and 47 seconds remaining on the too many men on the ice penalty. Here's the call from the referee.
Detroit 27, double minor, high stick.
4 minutes to Quincy.
No mistake in that. And Rick Nash just a moment ago had words with Jimmy Howard back and forth. He wants to get back on the power play. But he can't if he's openly bleeding.
Right, and the Rangers want him back on the power play too. He's their key guy, Brassard.
Well, will they call their timeout to try to get him back out there?
Good call, Alain Vigneault, aka Mr. Redmond.
Wow. That's what they want. They want him on the power play, so they've used their timeout. Wow. And at the same time, Mike Babcock will use his opportunity to try to get his players set up for this 5-on-3 for 47 seconds.
And they don't have Drew Miller.
Right.
And that's a big loss too. We did talk about the balanced scoring the Red Wings have. The last 11 games, including this one tonight. Another point for Stephen Weiss. Getting it as good as Pavel Datsuk's been. When you're getting from Helm and Weiss, who've been off injured, and now you throw Sheahan and Tatar into the mix. Well done. Henrik Zetterberg, who's been quiet offensively.
He and Franz
still
both
makes things happen. Yep.
Right. Now, not only without Miller, you're without Quincy, another guy that kills penalties a lot.
So it's a big time for Luke Glendening, who's really improved in the face-off circle, and
Drew Miller's back. Wow. How about that?
Maybe just put a little Band-Aid on it and you're okay. Well, that's good news.
Jeepers. What a big, big opportunity for the New York Rangers. 5-on-3 here with 47 seconds left in the too many men on the ice penalty, and they're down by a goal.
And Brassard obviously was not covered up well enough. They sent him back to the bench. You cannot be bleeding, and the linesman said, no, get off. You can still see blood visible, and they've still got to work on him. So that's a bonus for the Red Wings in that regard. Over Boyle's stick. And there's Miller to get it down. So Miller, Glendening, and Eriksson. 35 seconds left in the too many men on the ice penalty. And then the Quincy double minor. Puck to the corner. Great play, Eriksson. Glendening will skate it out and kill some clock. Nash back on him. Glendening still with that puck. Put it back deep and he'll get off. Boy. And the crowd appreciates that.
The mini rag in the puck used to happen all the time. Not much in today's game.
Brought back in by Stepan. No go. Helm down the ice.
That'll do it for Franzen serving the penalty.
No shots for the Rangers on the 5-on-3. Ronwall stepped up. No call.
There's the Riley Sheahan makeup right there.
And Stepan's going, are you kidding?
They're managing the game.
Right.
Okay.
Here's Kreider. Listen to this crowd. Hunwick to Girardi. Hunwick the shot wide. Brassard, who was attended to out there now, Girardi. Miller to the corner. Miller with some room. Got it to center.
I don't know where Drew Miller gets his energy, I'm telling you.
Red Wings short a man, but this crowd's made him at even strength. Almost the fifth skater getting enthusiasm off it. Intercepted.
Glendening didn't get much of a rest, did he?
Right back out with Helm.
You're seeing a real example of the Red Wing conditioning here tonight with these guys. Miller, led by Miller and Glendening.
First 2 minutes off.
Oh boy.
Another penalty coming.
Oh
to
boy.
Detroit.
Oh my God. I mean, this almost could be called a what do you call it, embellishment, too, with the head back. But boy, oh boy, holy jumping.
Oh yeah.
Detroit 52, minor penalty, high sticking.
Now, the league does look, as we say, at all embellishments, and that's not to say Marty St. Louis, there's no call for embellishment there, but if he's trying to show up the referee like he did right there, he'll go on a list and could be fined by the league down the road.
The only problem with that, it's not going to help the Red Wings
doesn't
right
help
now.
the Red, no,
I mean,
it doesn't.
That would have been probably, by the look of it, a very easy call to make.
For sure. Yep.
And Mike, that's what he never does this. I haven't seen him.
Yeah, see that?
Oh yeah,
He knows it.
absolutely.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly right. And he knows it because he's hearing from Andrew Brewer, who looks at the game. He's Red Wings, one of their assistant coaches, looking after the video. So the Red Wing coaches know right away. There's a shot that's blocked.
Oh, Miller got a busted stick. Oh my goodness, look at this.
So it's another 5-on-3, and Miller without his stick as the Rangers control to St. Louis. Oh, and he hit the bar, or Howard maybe got a piece on the way through.
See, Miller's got to cover him. He's got no stick to do it. He's on his offside.
Another shot missed the net from Brassard. Boyle. He's got Stepan down low. Goes Brassard's way, goal post.
Oh boy, this is unbelievable. 5-on-2.
Miller's still without a stick, but doing all he can. Brassard's got it. Feeds off to St. Louis. Boyle couldn't get a shot. Brassard from 25 feet. St. Louis
Oh boy.
set that one up and out of play. Missed the net completely, and the faceoff will come outside the zone.
Wow. Well,
Jimmy Howard, great early on this one. Right here. Look at that.
now, when we were doing our open from the Zamboni entrance tonight, here's that last opportunity. Look where St. Louis is. He was practicing this shot. He took 4 opportunities set up by a teammate, one time in them right down by the goal line, and he hit the top corner 3 out of 4 times. I was standing right behind the net watching it, and he just had 2 there, 1 earlier in the game, and a big miss there for Detroit.
Puck hit the referee, so the fans wanted it all the way down the ice. It's the way things have gone. Brought back in by Brassard for Rick Nash. He's got one of the Ranger goals tonight. Brassard back here for Marty St. Louis for Boyle. And Boyle didn't shoot it. Nash now sets up in the slot. Brassard couldn't one time. St. Louis looked across. Boyle, Brassard, Howard's got it.
Boy. Wow. Look at this crowd going nuts, and DeKeyser's got Big Nash, 2 big tall guys right in the middle of the ice right here, going right at it. Danny DeKeyser doing a good job keeping Nash, getting position in behind him in front of Howard. Looking for a rebound, but Howard said no, like a sponge, sucked it up, forced the face-off. 19 seconds left.
So McDonough and Girardi in behind. The crowd with their Jimmy Howard chant now. Who will hold on. Rangers changing up front.
1 face-off win for Detroit and a clear would wipe out Quincy. And Ericsson's 11 seconds behind him.
But the Rangers control. McDonough switches with Girardi, who shoots one. Knocked down. Glendening down the ice. Listen to this crowd.
Unbelievable.
Five remaining in the man advantage for New York. Stripped to the puck with Zuccarello by Zetterberg. out of the box, Erickson.
Look at this crowd.
Red Wings at full strength. They're on their feet at the Joe.
Holy mackerel.
2 consecutive kills and a 5-on-3 in 4 minutes. Brendan Smith across center.
Listen to this crowd.
Hockey Town's alive tonight.
Wow. 47 seconds, the first 5-on-3. They killed it. Then 1:49, 5-on-3. And Howard and the boys killed that. And this crowd loving it.
Knocked down, here goes Helm. Check by Stahl, Tatar. Off Jonathan Erickson. Skate the stick for DeKaiser. Back for Pavel Datsyuk. Well, out of all that penalty kill, Datsyuk's had some time to rest. Here's Tatar. Out of the glove of Talbot for Klein. Quincy's pass picked off. Zuccarello shoots it back in. 4 minutes to play in the third period. Pavel Datsyuk. Tatar tired and wants off. Quincy knocked it away for Zetterberg. Girardi feathered one ahead. Back in come the Rangers with more. A shot. Glanced off the stick at Quincy and all the way back. Matt Hunwick for New York. For Dan Girardi. Smith. Lead pass through. Talbot will hold on. 3-2, Red Wings lead, 3:26 to play. The crowd loving it on a Saturday night at the Joe.
3:26 to go in this one. 3-2 Detroit now. AT&T Uverse reverse. 2 5-on-3s the Red Wings have killed off. The first one for 47 seconds. The second one for 1:49 seconds. That's your AT&T Uverse reverse. And Jimmy Howard, solid as a rock. Glendening, unbelievable work. And Miller, wow. That's the power play time the Rangers have had. And through all of that, they only got 3 shots on goal.
0 for 7 on the power play tonight is New York. Only 8 shots total on the 7 power plays.
Great penalty killing positioning by the 3 forwards defensemen in front of Jimmy Howard.
So back to the line here. The Red Wings with a shot that glanced off a stick up and out of play.
See college hockey's brightest young stars at the 50th anniversary of the Great Lakes Invitational, December 28 and 29 at Joe Louis Arena. Tickets start at $15 and Little Caesars Family 4-pack start at just $44. For tickets and more info, visit OlympiaEntertainment.com.
And there's a look at a former Wolverine, Matt Hunwick, who played with the Wolverines from 03 to 07 for Red Berenson.
I'm very familiar with this building.
Talbot kicked it aside as Tatar was forcing the issue. Backhanded in by McDonough. Broussard with a shot that went wide. Tatar hustling over. Girardi stepped up to keep it in. Great play by Girardi. And a backhander by Nash was deflected wide.
That puck's got to go out. And Tatar knows it.
Helm forcing things at center. Right now it's his goal. It's the difference maker from Tatar and DeKaiser at 7:40. Face-off coming up in the New York zone. And with that, we'll step out for a moment. Nail-biting time here. 3-2 Red Wings. Right of Talbot. Henrik Zetterberg to take the draw. He'll oppose Derek Stepan. So Franzen's back where he started the game with Zetterberg and Nyquist. That puck hit the sweater of Nyquist. Zetterberg, Franzen all alone! Couldn't bury it.
Boy, could he use that one, eh?
Yep. off St. Louis. And you'd have to think Talbot will be going off soon. Boyle. Lift to the stick by Zetterberg.
They're hollering for a penalty.
They've had enough.
They had their share.
Boyle's got it, passed across the shot. Howard got that. Nyquist couldn't get out. Franzen right into a crowd with it, but did get it to center. Talbot looking to the bench. Now he goes. Step on. But not gone yet. Talbot now decides, no, I'm stepping back. Good idea. So Drew Miller goes down ice with 90 seconds to go in the third. Ooh, Rangers nearly gave that one away. Red Wings in control here. Trying to keep Talbot from getting out. As Glendening moves in. Out with Miller and Sheahan. The confidence you have in Riley Sheahan. Talbot to the bench, extra skater off the backboard, chipped to center by Eriksson. 6 skaters for New York. Another advantage for them, but no power play this time. Just the net empty. Sheahan at the line, couldn't clear. Back of the net, Zuccarello. Nash on Eriksson. Zuccarello again, tries to center. Howard paddle down. He gets bumped into. Zuccarello going to get it. Glendening went for a tumble. Back of the goal to Brassard. To Girardi. 35 to go in the third. McDonough. Down low with it. Put it toward the goal, but Howard will hold it for a face-off.
Well, with this face-off, let's take a look at our big boy play of the game, and it's going to be the Luke Glendening goal. What a play by Miller. 1 minute and 1 second after the goal by Sheahan, and this turned the building on fire, and the Red Wings turned it on from there to now lead it 3-2 here with seconds away. First goal for Glendening on his forehand. He's had lots of backhands.
When we say Sheahan, Glendening, Helm, the goal scorers, it's a well-rounded offense when the big guns are quiet tonight.
You see Mike Babcock had Sheahan out there in replace of Anderson with Miller and Glendening.
It's the second meeting of the season. They'll meet again here on March the 4th. Zetterberg forced Boyle in front. Cleared but not out. Howard will hold it again.
Whoa.
Zuccarello had the attempt.
"29 shots unofficially for Jimmy Howard, and oh boy, 34 for the Red Wings. You can see on your upper left-hand screen, which is a new thing this year in the NHL. Keep you up to date what's going on. But boy, the saves he made late first period when it was 2-0 New York will be the ones they'll be talking about. He has saved this team's bacon.
Glendening, the right-handed shooting centerman, took the draw. Rangers control it though. McDonough right back into a crowd with it. Glendening will chip it down.
What a comeback.
Where is it? It's caught up in Zetterberg's equipment.
Oh boy,
With 0.3 of a second left, the Detroit Red Wings, for the first time in 6 meetings with the New York Rangers, are going to win a hockey game. Rangers had won the last 5 as the Red Wings come back from 2 goals down. Not unusual for them this season.
We found another way to win a game. It's a sign of a good team, boy. Much to the surprise of a lot of people around the NHL.
So, this crowd singing South Detroit. They'll drop in the puck. From 2 goals down, the Red Wings win 3-2. And congratulations to the head coach, Mike Babcock, on career win 500. The 19th coach to reach it, and in good company with Scotty in terms of quickness. Jimmy Howard, what a night.
Unbelievable. It was a pretty amazing hockey game. Very, very entertaining. I guess if you're a Ranger fan, you might not think so, but I mean, no matter who was going to win this game, it had its ebbs and flows and ups and downs, and both teams harder.